This isn't about anything specific. It's just Joe Wilson's obsession. If this obsession rubs off on anyone, it's bad news for whoever follows it. We have been observing this obsession for some time now. Its sole purpose is to create a media storm. Excuse me, but isn't the United States already engaged in gathering intelligence data on the influence of Iran and Russia? Or do you think otherwise? Does Donald Trump need Joe Wilson's call to action to ensure that the influence of Russia and Iran is identified, studied, and countered anywhere in the world in accordance with national interests? It seems to me that some foreign politicians are really behaving like children in a nursery. We are seeing this. Unless, of course, they manage to convince all the participants in this political circus. Do the US government and the president really need a law or Joe Wilson's call to investigate the influence of Russia and Iran, wherever it may be on the planet? What else has the Trump administration been up to lately? All of this is pure theater designed to create a fuss. Some things are worth repeating. Firstly, we are talking about the visa regime for diplomatic passports. Secondly, when this visa regime was introduced, it constituted a breach of an international agreement on the part of the European Union. The EU is a violator of international law in relation to Georgia, and that itself is a huge disgrace. However, we can see that any sense of shame has vanished in Brussels. When they realized that this was a violation of international law, they introduced additional rules specifically for Georgia. To the technical criteria that existed previously, they added political ones, which have never existed in the entire history of the EU's visa and visa-free regimes. The Georgian people, the population is estimated at 4 million, yet the European Union got united and spent time introducing special rules and tailoring them to Georgia. This is the second violation. EU rules were tailored to one specific entity, namely Georgia. Thirdly, by means of this political criterion as they see it, they have given themselves the freedom to demand whatever they please. Now there is no limit to their fantasies. They tell us to impose sanctions against Russia. In other words, they are telling us, destroy yourselves if you want a visa-free regime. If we destroy our own country, who on earth will then be able to travel to the European Union without a visa? Let them explain that. This is what they are pushing us towards. They are demanding that we destroy our own country, claiming that we must bring our visa policy into line with that of the EU, which means imposing sanctions against Russia. They are demanding this outright. It is obvious that we cannot destroy our own country just because Brussels wants to turn visa policy into a political tool. This is yet another, the third violation, the use of visa policy as a political tool. Every country has its own visa system. What are we supposed to do now? Introduce visas for Polish officials, or must everything escalate? This is the short-sighted policy of the European Union that we are witnessing. This is precisely what Brussels has brought the European Union to with its short-sightedness. That is why Rubio is not meeting with Kaja Kallas, because of this short-sighted EU policy. They don't even pay any attention. They don't consider a representative of the EU Foreign Service worthy of a meeting. That is how the situation should be assessed. As for this meeting, it is of a technical nature. Georgia has sent a technical team to go through these issues. If they have political grievances, let them speak to politicians. These matters are not discussed at a technical level. We have political answers to political questions. Let them tell the Georgian people publicly what they are actually demanding. Let them say openly, they are demanding that sanctions be imposed against Russia. They are demanding that the European Union retain the ability to secretly fund radical political groups in Georgia. And in return, they are offering us strawberries. And once again, as the saying goes in our region, you don't trade sovereignty for strawberries.